Children's Stories from Papua. Ebeu and Naangga, story from Jayapura. In ancient times on the island of Adamala there were two types of animals named Ebeu, turtle, and Naangga, water rat. Both animals live in Yabi. One day the two animals went to look for shellfish, in the upper river. They rowed a canoe following the flow of the river. Arriving in the middle of the journey, they saw a coconut, floating on the water. "Hey Naangga, look at a floating object!" cried Ebeu. "Oh, yes, I saw it too," replied Naangga. "Let's get closer to that thing." After getting close to the object, they agreed to take it and put it in the canoe. "No, it's a coconut," they said in unison after a coconut was in the canoe. After that, they resumed their journey to find fell in Yabiomo. Soon they arrived at Yabiomo. Ebeu immediately jumped and dived into the water to look for fell. "Naangga, I'm diving," said Ebeu as he jumped up. "Okay, you dive first," replied Naangga. After seeing Ebeu not appear, Naangga then took the coconut and split it. Ebeu, who was in the water, heard someone splitting the coconut. Ebeu then emerged from the water. "Naangga, I heard someone splitting a coconut," said Ebeu. "Ah, no one splits the coconut," replied Naangga. "Then what was that sound I heard?" Ebeu asked. "Ah, it was just the sound of the canoe hitting a rock," replied Naangga. "Never mind, you dive again." After that, Ebeu went back to dive looking for fell. Not long after, Ebeu heard someone splitting another coconut. Ebeu then emerged to the surface of the water again. "Naangga, I heard someone splitting a coconut again," said Ebeu. "Wow, no one split the coconut." "I told you, the sound was the sound of the canoe hitting the rock," replied Naangga. "But, really I heard it," said Ebeu. "Believe me, it's just the sound of the boat hitting a rock. You'd better dive in and look for more fell so we can get home soon," exclaimed Naangga. Ebeu went back to dive looking for fell again. Not long after diving, he heard again the sound of scratching coconuts. He then appeared to the surface again. "I heard the sound of scratching a coconut," Naangga said. Ebeu: "Believe me, there is no sound of scratching the coconut. The sound is the sound of the boat scraping against the stone," replied Naangga. Ebeu just believed. He dives again. Meanwhile, while Ebeu dives, Naangga eats the coconut until it runs out. After that, he arranges the coconut fibers so that it looks like the coconut is still whole. After gaining a lot of fell, Ebeu appeared and got into the canoe. After that, Naangga took him to Pyang. "Come on, let's go home." "It's late," said Naangga. "Come on," replied Ebeu curtly. Riding a canoe, they returned home. When they got home, they cooked the fell they got. Not long after, the fell cooked and they ate it. Peel the coconut we got earlier to eat together. Ebeu orders. You'd better peel it off, replied Naangga. Ebeu agreed. However, how surprised he was when he found out that the coconut was no longer in it and all that was left was the trick. Why is there no coconut in it, Naangga? Asked Ebeu suspiciously. I don't know, I don't know. I didn't eat it. Maybe a human had eaten it and threw the skin into the water. Ebeu knew that Naangga had lied. Naangga, then our friendship will end here, said Ebeu quietly. Why? What did I do wrong, Ebeu? Asked Naangga. Pretended. Say the honest you. Ebeu asked. Really, Ebeu? I don't eat coconut, replied Naangga. Impossible. Because when we took it, the coconut was still intact, said Ebeu. Naangga was silent and looked down in shame. In the end, they separated. Their long-standing friendship is over. Naangga's dishonesty and greed have led to enmity and separation.